Hello, welcome to today's collective general reading. As always, remember to use your own discernment, join with intention, and allow the message to be received with an open heart. A quantum reminder, we are speaking through symbol and story here, so please do not rely on tarot readings for factual evidence. You are always encouraged to do your own research, especially when engaging with strangers on the internet. Now, this is a continuation of the reading that would have been posted yesterday. So if you haven't watched that, I recommend you go back. That's going to be all the context. I am speaking to who it is. Well, yes, that resonated with that, but how would I phrase that? Who walked through the portal for this life at 98%. And it's been a lifetime of this 2% gap. Efficiency. One more. I will say this is one of those decks that some of it is edging on cultural appropriation, depending on the card. So I am mindful of that. I know that's really common in the spiritual community, and it's not for me to say what is okay to KO, and I recognize the elements here. I just have a feeling the card that's going to come through is one that I will want to say that to. I can picture it in my mind. It's the cover of the deck, but let's see. Not being very efficient now, is it? Wow, you hear that? No, it's telling me no, keep going. Looking for this 2%. I'm getting that's your 98 that you came in with. What is this 2? You're gonna have to come out. I'm gonna have to see you. I would have this happen sometimes when I'm doing readings before I would post them. Yeah, thank you. On bottom, we have clarity. Wow, that's really pretty. This is a deck I don't use very often, and I usually get the same few cards, and so a lot of the artwork is new. Let's see. We have listen and fortitude. I'm getting each of this is half of what you are here to learn. Perhaps in a previous life and what has carried through in this life, you speak. You are divine masculine in that energy output. You're not about things coming in and receiving. You want to deliver. I want to read this fortitude. Wow, I opened to the page. I love when that happens. Earthly meaning. Try to see name-calling, roadblocks, or challenges as insignificant annoyances. You can see this through. Strong foundations, core values, and lofty ideas will outlast, outsmart, and outclass a detractor. It will take less energy to stand firm now than it will to back down. Steady your focus on the bigger picture. Be stoic, You can get through this. Spiritual meeting. That you are dearly loved is an eternal truth, for in the grand cosmic scheme of things, love is the only thing that never changes. When all around you, as I just had the incense come over and bless me, so that definitely is a message for someone. When all around you changes, as it most surely will, love will always be there. The fact that you are dearly loved will never change, for to love is love's will. Insight. The mountain watches the comings and goings of time. Snow or fire may ravage its surface, but its center is unchanged. Ice drifts into streams that reach to the oceans. Ash sinks into soil and rekindles growth. You are a mountain. The comings and goings of life might rage on the surface, but your center is strong, watchful, and enduring. Harsh words, criticisms, and doubts are like pebbles. They might be flung your way, and you may notice them, but they cannot touch your core. The mountain is anchored deep in the earth and rises beyond the clouds. Feel the sure footings of your foundation. Connect to your center that cannot be rocked. Rise to your lofty heights, and you can see forever. Wow. It's funny, in the message from Earth Mother, what was coming through is an eruption. And I'm seeing this, we see half the face of the cat, maybe 3/4 the face of the bird, half the face of this little guy, half the face of this little moose, half the face of the human. The wolf is fully present. What does the wolf represent in the 7 grandfather teachings? I want to say humility, and I could be wrong. I'm going to speak to it as its humility, but please, if you're interested in learning more about this, do not automatically accept what it is that I am saying as the truth. Look into this. You can look up the 7 sacred teachings, the 7 grandfather teachings, and there are 7 animals. And this is an indigenous teaching native to Turtle Island. I believe it's Anishinaabe, but it's known in a lot of different nations and cultures. Working with this being humility, which I'm feeling in my left wrist now, a delicate pressure point. I'm seeing here the locket, red string of fate, you could say. Perhaps you came into this world with a lot of knowledge, which led to bravado, which led to you see what you know so strong you are missing the other half of the picture. Half doesn't mean or doesn't need to be 50-50. Your half is you come in with 98. 2 is your unknown, is your half. Is my throat hitched at that in this candle? It's okay to feel scared in this unknown stature. What message do we have for the wolves watching this video? Okay. We have Queen of Cups, and I'm seeing this being placed between his shadow, his unknown, and her face turning to listen, listening to your intuition. Being humble enough. Yeah, and then we have the King of Cups. Perhaps the King of Cups is how you came in, and the Queen of Cups is what you are here to learn. For me, the Queen of Cups connects with the goddess Selene, tuning in with the moon. Hello. Hello. Hi, Selene. It's like really priding yourself on your ability to care for yourself. Be that financial, home, nesting, cooking. And as circumstances change, whether this be past, present, future, having to humbly ask for support. This could be relational support. It could be emotional support from community members, friends, loved ones, chosen family. It could be accessing services like food banks. That's the image that came to mind, is being so proud for how you show up for yourself and for everyone else, and not knowing how to back down. Again, this Queen of Cups is completely covering the wolf, who was the only one fully present. And this stag horn, we're also not the face, but the presence of. And having to walk back your words at times, and you really not liking that. Circumstances changing, and you having to adapt, and feeling foolish or uncertain or uneasy. It's wobbling your foundation. And this is what you are here to process, to learn, to experience. And as I say that, I'm not saying that lightly in terms of you're here to suffer, so you should continue to suffer. We are all here in one form or another. Our radiuses will shift, and our presence is the gift. So what is some, is it guidance, reflection, advice, something from the shamanic healing oracle decks? And hearing all these birds. And this bird here being grounded, rooted on this person's hand. And again, this bird coming in and taking a chip off the shoulder there. I'm getting, and I don't believe this is the intention behind the cards, but just through this message, I'm getting none of these birds are in flight. You could say that one is, but you could also say it's like a fight or flight response. Fight, flight, freeze, fawn. Okay, you want to be here? 43, letting go. Yeah. Letting go of the shame that comes with asking for help. Truth. Speaking of birds. Definitely look into the 7 sacred grandfather teachings. If anything of that which I was speaking to calls you, Don't forget to look into that. "41 self-love, 21 sacred space." So as your conditions change, remember, you can always make space for yourself, even if that space is in your heart. There's someone who is going to be facing a ripple effect, seeing this shell spiral here. Hard times ahead does not mean that you are forsaken or forgotten. It is to construct your fortitude. So listen to what it is the universe is telling you. Listen to the strengths you are here to build, to reach catapulsion. Yeah. Very nice. And again, at this choice point, we have the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Cups. This fear, anxiety, not knowing what you're building, not knowing what's behind this wall that you are creating. Everything that you want is on the way. That does not mean it is immediately on its way in delivery. Sometimes we need to go through certain elements of the path to get to our road. Yeah, and this moon wanting to peek out. With the 8 of Pentacles here, it is work. It is. Being on Earth is work. It's practice. And I'm hearing you have had a lot of practice. So perhaps you feel, again, his face coming through, perhaps you feel you should be further ahead than you were. It's not about being ahead or behind. You are here. What comes next? Okay. Thank you for being here. If this message resonates with you, you can like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to hear from me more often. In the description, I will have a link to my Substack, which hosts the 444 Collective, where the signal is active. I also have my Buy Me a Coffee linked for some personal readings, as well as experimental integration sessions. Stay tuned.